What's up YouTube, Alan Satterfield here, back with another video. This time I'm going to be showing my virtual machines. And yes, I like doing them, because they're fun. I'm going to go through 95 all the way through 10. So I'm going to start with 95 first. Windows 95 is okay in VMware, but there's no mouse driver, so it just works like that. Now I'm just going to log in here. Yeah, the mouse is not that good. At least for me. Sounds is basically the same as 3.1, which I don't have right now. System properties. This is the latest version I can find. Type in the wmware command. When I got this ISO, it came with a really old version of Internet Explorer, but I have upgraded to 5.5. Which can actually still load Google. See? But when I try to go to YouTube or something, it loads this, but it can't display the page. It's way too old. Programs, Paint, Media Player, Windows Media Player. I think the version in this version of Windows 95 that I have is version 6. Control panel, pretty much nothing here. So I'm just going to turn this off and move on to the next one. It says it's now safe to turn off your computer, then it turns off immediately afterwards. Now Windows NT 4.0 is Service Pack 6. Fun fact, this is actually the first OS I ever used, way back in 2005. I was a toddler at the time, but I was closely watched. Yep, this is the boot screen. Very exciting, am I right? Now, it always shows Control-Delete, but since I'm in VMware, I'm just going to press Control and Insert. And I'm just going to log in here. It waits sometimes. There it goes. At least the mouse is actually controllable. Sounds are identical to 95. Programs. Now, this is the command prompt, but it does provide DOS compatibility. Unlike in You know what, I'll get to that in a little bit. Version 4.0, Service Pack 6. That is by love the wmware command. Service Pack 6. I've upgraded to Internet Explorer 6. Service Pack 1. Somehow MSN still loads. control panel. This is basically a 95's control panel. What other programs are here? Paint, Notepad, Windows Media Player. This is also version 6. I'm not sure if that's the latest version, but I don't know. It might be. Hyperterminal. A really old version. Here's the thing though, you can't close it like this. Speaking of which, Task Manager was introduced in this. That happens sometimes. Nothing else left there I want to show you right now, so I'm just going to turn it off and move on to the next one. Pretty much all of you know this, but the shutdown sound is the startup sound reverse and vice versa. I miss the old Windows logo. I'm not sure if you can hear that in the background, but that's my dog barking and my dad telling him to shut up. It doesn't turn off automatically, so I have to turn it off manually. Now, Windows 98, this is 2nd edition, and my personal favorite, the Windows 9X operating system. Here's the kicker. If you're running an AMD processor, which I am, unfortunately, I don't have a problem with AMD processors, I just prefer Intel. But anyway, you absolutely have to run Windows 98 on workstation 12.0.0. If you can't do that, then expect to crash a lot. Even 2nd edition, 1st edition, yeah, they don't work. That's the bug I have, but it works for me here because I have version 12.0.0. Just gonna log in here. Yep, that's the 98 startup sound. Sound state changed it a bit if the volume loads. System properties. 2nd edition. Yep. Games is basically the same as 95's. Forgot to show 95, but trust me, it is. Windows Media Player. This is also version 6, but it can't go up to Internet Explorer, not Internet Explorer, Media Player 9. Windows Update was first introduced with this version. Updates didn't work for this since 2006. They're actually going to end. It was supposed to end support back in 2004, but they increased it. 2nd edition came with Internet Explorer 5, while 1st edition came with Internet Explorer 4. But I have Internet Explorer 6 on this version. Version 6. 6.0.2800.1106. Anything else I want to mention here? Nope, I think that's it. For 98 anyway. Also, the shutdown sound is disabled by default, but I've enabled it. As you can see right here. Now Windows 2000. Windows 2000 also has a bug, but it doesn't crash like a 98's. If you don't have Google Chrome open in the background and playing a video prior, and stopping it prior to running the virtual machine, it'll just crackle like crazy. At least for me. Yours may not have this problem. At least for me. It'll log on automatically. I'll let you hear the startup sound. Yep, there it is. Good old startup sound. Task Manager is back from Windows NT 4. Web System Properties. Windows 2000. This is the final version, 5.0.2195, Service Pack 4. Running the WinVer command here, we'll just bring this. Now, I think it came with Media Player 6 in Windows 2000, but I have 9 on this. Doesn't work anyway. Media Player 9, which was back in 2002, I believe. Windows 2000 came with Internet Explorer 5, but I've upgraded to 6. Actually, when I got the ISO, it came with 6 and Media Player 9. This is actually a fully updated version that I got from the ISO. Hyperterminal. Here it is. Except Hyperterminal doesn't crash. I'm not going to do this. No one does this anymore. Sorry, I just had an itch somewhere. Control panel. Pretty much the same as in previous versions. That's enough for me, so I'm just going to shut this down. The shutdown sound is also disabled on Windows 2000 by default. Windows Millennium Edition. This is my least favorite version of Windows and my least favorite 9X operating system. Then again, everyone hated me. Take your time then. There it goes. I'm gonna log in here. Yep. That's the same startup sound as Windows 2000. Sounds identical to 98 and 2000. Actually, fun fact, in 9X operating systems, there's no task manager. Instead, it just brings up this when you press Control Delete or Control Insert for me, because I'm in VMware. If you press it again, it'll just restart the computer. I'm just gonna get out of this. Version 4.90.3000. Then again, this is just the 9X operating system. WinVer just brings up this. When Windows Millennium Edition launched, it came with Internet Explorer 5.5. But I've upgraded to 6. Oh, I forgot to say this about Windows 2000, but I wish it could support Internet Explorer 7, because it came with 5 when it launched. Yes. This is Media Player 7, but it can be upgraded to 9. This has a lot more games than in previous versions, like Pinball. Windows Movie Maker, I'll go over that another time. In 95, 98, and me, it has the MS-DOS prompt, which is basically the command prompt, but with DOS compatibility. And the control panel. When you click on this, no one likes that. I don't like it either. So I just go with this instead. Pretty much the same. I think that's it for me. I'll shut down and move on. Shutdown, the sound is also disabled by default. Shows those bars and then it shuts down afterwards. Windows XP Professional Service Pack 3. My all-time favorite operating system. Back when I was in elementary school, we had these computers. And when you're logging on that computer for the first time, it takes like 5 minutes. But the more you log on to that same computer, it gets faster, until eventually it's instant. That's how it works. Gonna log in here. Yep. This is the Windows XP desktop. The virtual machine blinked, just ignore that. Antivirus is not installed. I don't think any antivirus supports it anyway. They changed the sounds, but still has some sounds left of the old Windows. Service Pack 3, version 2002. Oh, just an FYI, all of them are activated Windows. Run the WinVer command here. Yep. 5.1. Let's look at the control panel. I do not like category view that much. I just switched to classic view. Oh wait. This is Microsoft SAM in Windows XP. I like to do this with it.
Swah, 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 swah.
Yep. I like to watch Microsoft SAM read stupid and weird signs and funny Windows errors. They're good videos. Go check them out. Anyway, Windows Movie Maker. Version that came with XP is version 2.1. In Windows Millennium Edition, it came with version 1, I believe. Windows XP came with Internet Explorer 6, but I've upgraded to 11. Not 11, 8, my bad. Can't really load a lot anymore. Google does load, but it's kind of an old version. Task Manager is back. Now, here's one of my favorite things to do in XP. Play a good old game of pinball. Ah, yeah. You might want to turn your volume down if this is too loud for you. You get the drift. There's only two things you really need to do in 2001. Get Super Smash Bros. Melee and play pinball. Anyway, that's enough from this. I'm just going to turn this off. Windows XP shutdown sound. Windows Vista. I actually have a funny name for this. Binbo's Pista. The version of Windows that's never worked. Yes, it did work over time with service packs, but the damage was pretty much already done. RTM was actually kind of bad, but Service Pack 1 actually improved a lot. Startup sound is basically the same as in 7, 8.1, and 10. I'm just going to log in here. Sound is, they basically changed some sounds a bit. Anyway, Task Manager, once again, same as in other versions of Windows. Go over to System Properties. Now, the Windows Experience Index was introduced with Vista, came in 7, and wasn't included in 8. Everything's 5.9 except for the processor. When Windows Vista was released, it came with Internet Explorer 7, but I've upgraded to 9. MSN does load. I think I can still load Google. This is Internet Explorer 9. Original version. Now, Firefox dropped support for Windows XP and Vista last year. I think it was back in August of 2018. It still loads some modern websites, but probably not going to be for long. When you check for updates, it says you cannot perform any further updates. Let's go look at the control panel. Now, instead of Microsoft SAM on Windows XP, it came with Microsoft ANA and Vista.
You have selected Microsoft ANA English United States as the computer's default voice.
Yeah, no one wants that. Just an FYI, I'm just giving a brief overview of my virtual machines in case you haven't figured it out. But anyway, press Alt and F4 when you're Vista and higher, and you can just do this. Shutdown sound, same as in Windows 7. Shutdown sounds were not included in 8.1 and 10. Now Windows 7. Now, I remember for the longest time in our schools, we used to use Windows 7, and it's going to drop support in early next year. Also, Internet Explorer 11 for Windows 7 will not be supported after that date. Same as in Vista 8.1 and 10. The sounds are identical to Vista. In Windows XP and Vista, it came with Media Player 11. XP came with Media Player 9, but it can be upgraded to 11, and Vista came with 11 altogether. Now 7 upgraded to 12, and it's pretty much the most used version today. Still useful anyway. System properties. All of them are activated, by the way. Very high ratings, but then again, this is a virtual machine. When Windows 7 was released, it came with Internet Explorer 8, but I've upgraded to 11. Google does load. Explorer 11. One of my favorite things in Vista 7, 8.1, and 10 is the snipping tool. Service Pack 1. Going over to Control Panel. Pretty much the same as 8.1 and 10. I do not like category view at all. I do not like that arrow lags on me either. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe you guys know. I'm just gonna turn this off. Windows 8.1 also activated. Now Windows 8 and 8.1 introduced something called Fast Boot, which is transferred to 10 as well. But whenever I see 8.1 and 10 boot together at the exact same time on same hardware, computer, etc., 8.1 always wins, even if they're turned on at the exact same time. I don't know why, I just like to feel that way. I think that way anyway. I'm just gonna log in here. Looks a lot like 7, but changed a bit. The icons look like 7 in Vista, and in very early builds of 10. Going over system properties, all of them are activated. In case you didn't already know. Sounds, they changed it. I like to do that. Control panel, pretty much the same as in 7 and 10. Task Manager got a redesign. They used the same kind of Task Manager in 10. I'm not going to go over the Windows Store because it's kind of broken on here and it dropped support anyway. There's also an app called PC Settings, which was just called Settings in 10. I'm just gonna get out of this. Windows 8.1 came with Internet Explorer 11. Which is still useful today. Internet Explorer 11. Now the original version of Windows 8, version 8, not version 8, just Windows 8, it came with Internet Explorer 10, which is pretty much dead anyway. I'm just going to shut down here. Now we have one more OS to go over, Windows 10, which is the latest version of Windows 10. Come on. You see, all of them are running on an SSD, yet they still feel really slow for some reason. This is the same boot screen as in Windows 8.1. Just give it a second. Yep, there it goes. Just gonna log in here. There it goes. Change the sounds once again. Task Manager is basically the same as in Windows 8.1. I'm going to go over to System Properties. This is Windows 10 Pro. This is version 1809, which is the latest version. Now, Windows 10 came with Microsoft Edge. I don't really use Microsoft Edge, I just use Google Chrome. No thanks. Google does load pretty well. Internet Explorer, it's Internet Explorer 11, but there is a different copyright date. It's still version 11, but the copyright date is 2015. Control panel is basically the same as in 7 and 8.1. Settings is back and a lot better than in 8. Once again, they're activated. All of them are activated for the third time. I think that's it. I'm just going to shut this one down. There it goes. Being a little slow today. Could be the internet environment I'm in. Anyway, well, that's it. That's today's video. Leave a like and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.